Whatever strikes your
Who
thing.
did the voice of Eastman?
I'm sorry?
Who was doing the voice of Eastman that last couple of shots?
You know, it might be a sound-alike of Eartha Kitt, but it might have been Eartha Kitt before she passed away. I'm not sure. Sounds pretty close, whoever did it.
Yeah,
If it
that's why I was
wasn't
asking.
her. Yeah. Yeah, if there's any questions you guys have about anything about the industry or what it's like to work in big studios with little or anything?
Right now, do you have any advice to people who want to go to 2D as of right now? I know 2D right now is pretty much hard compared to like the 3D industry up here.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in Europe right now. I mean, it's not dead yet. There's places
I know it's like completely dead, I know it's just hard.
Yeah, it is, but I'd say draftsmanship is the biggest tool for 2D. The better you can draw, the easier it's going to be, and the faster you can go. So it really helps a lot. If you're really struggling with drawing, it limits your ability to get with the results that you want to get. That's the best advice I can give. Is drawing. Yeah. Yeah.
What was the most recent project you worked on?
The most recent was, well, there's two of them. I just finished in February working on a webisode, project for Tom Hanks that he was doing. He wanted to do it all in Flash. And unfortunately, whoever was funding it never funded it. They never came through with the budget, so they had to shut it down. So I don't know what's going on with that one. But after that, I worked on another Flash film. It was a pilot for MTV for a new comedy series that they're pitching. So this studio called Big Box Productions that was formed just for that pilot, and they shut that down. So sometimes you get these gigs and it's just for the project and that's it. You know, other times you'll work maybe 5 years of that job, so it's always different. Sometimes 2 weeks if it's freelance. It's all over the place. Yeah. Any other questions about anything? Romance in the industry? Yeah.
What are you doing more, freelance or working at a studio?
It's about 50-50. Yeah, I'll get a phone call out of the blue and they'll say, hey, come on over and take a test or whatever. You know, I'm not sure we're on this project. It's freelance. It comes. You never know where it's going to come from. It's always different. So, yeah, I'd say 50-50, which is nice.
Yeah, do you like working on film more or on like TV productions more?
Oh, like features as opposed
Yeah,
to TV?
features, yeah. TV.
They've got pluses and minuses. The thing about features, the good thing about features is you get to sink your teeth into the character more because it's a really long project and you have a lot more scenes to work with. So it's more fun that way. But in television, sometimes it can actually get boring after a while. You're like, okay, I've done this a million times. I'm ready to move on to something else or another character, but you're stuck on that one character usually. So in TV, it's a quicker turnaround. You don't have as long of a production schedule, so it's nicer that way. Yeah.
In the U.S., where's the area that's like more saturated with jobs?
In the U.S.?
Yeah.
Ooh. San Francisco's got a lot of stuff going on, I think. LA, it's got a lot of stuff. If you look at the job boards, there's always something. LA, there's lots of stuff around here. Florida, it's more spread out nowadays than it used to be. It used to more be centrally located in Los Angeles and New York. Now it's kind of spread out to San Francisco, Texas, Florida. It's, you know, all over Chicago. A lot of big cities have productions going on usually, some kind. Stuff in Canada, not too far away. Any other questions? Yeah.
What was it like working on the Simpsons movie?
Oh, good question. It was fun on one hand because I was doing character layout, but they hired a bunch of us guys from features because that was their first feature and they wanted people with feature experience to work on it. So they gave us certain scenes that they wanted animated full instead of just doing the layout poses, you know, which is what they usually do on a TV show and they send it overseas to get animated. But we actually got to animate it here, which was a lot of fun. You know, and it's a cartoony style, so it's even more fun to do something more simplified like that. But on the other hand, they're deceptively difficult. They look like they're easy to draw, but they're not. I mean, there's certain subtleties that make them look the way they do, so that part was kind of tough. And it's a kind of a tough learning curve if you're not used to it. So.
Yeah, because I was reading the Simpsons book and I heard that you have to have Homer's hair just right. It's supposed to be the M format groaning and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things. I mean, there's like things about his nose, you know, like the top line of his nose isn't perfectly straight and it's not curved too much. It's just curved a little bit. You know? Those little subtleties that they throw in there. So.
like the easiest character, just has the hardest things to.
Yeah, the subtleties that they've developed over the 13 years or so. Yeah.
So, on The Simpsons, do you like get a lot of script editing on the story for the Simpsons movie?
Yeah, there was a lot of changes along the way. Things were changing. I worked on scenes where, like, I animated. There was a scene in the church where it's kind of a down shot, and at first I think it was Marge was rolling around, like having a seizure or like she was possessed.
Oh, it was the grandpa.
Oh, was it the
The
grandpa?
grandpa was the one that had the premonition.
Yeah.
How it was gonna happen.
But before, it was Marge doing that, and I animated Marge rolling around. And then later on, in the middle of the film, you're like, oh yeah, by the way, we changed it to the grandpa, so we want you to reanimate it again with grandpa. I'm like, okay. Because, you know, you kind of pour your heart into this thing, and then to have to redo it, it kind of loses a little bit of the integrity every time you go over it. So it's like, you gotta really work extra hard to try and keep it in there and change the model. So,
You
yeah.
got paid anyway.
What?
You got paid anyway.
Oh yeah, I'm not complaining. I got paid, so I don't mind. If I change the whole movie, I'll do the whole movie.
So
yeah,
was
it's
the plot
just-
originally supposed to be about the dome or something else before that?
I think the dome was there from the beginning, as I recall. That was always in the story, as far as I remember. So I came on pretty early, and I remember seeing they had screenings for us, and I think that was there the whole time. They did change the design of the. Who's the guy that was like the guy who would fly over the helicopter and had the big screen, and his face would talk to everybody, you know, like, oh, I forgot his name, but they changed his model like halfway through the film too, so you had to redo all the scenes that were already done. I thought his original design looked better, actually, when they changed it to. Another question? It's past 8:30, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to run over, yeah.
Out of all the projects that you have done, what was your favorite one that you worked on?
I really like doing the coyote thing. That was a lot of fun. That was the only time I was ever drawing something. I laughed out loud when I was drawing it. It was so much fun. When he hit the rock and the other stone came in and shot him up, and he hit that board, wham! The stars came off. I was drawing like, oh, just digging it. It's so much fun. I just laughed out loud. That's probably the most fun. That and Cat Stump Dance probably was so much fun. Those are great. Those really stand out to me.
Which animation movie inspires you the most?
Wow, there's so many good ones. Inspiring films. Feature, or could it be a short? Or
Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I like a lot of the UPA stuff personally.
Mhm.
That really sends me. I just can't get enough of that stuff. Their short films are very beautiful. I love the design. So inspiring.
Yeah.
A lot of the Warner Brothers stuff too. MGM, all the Tex Avery stuff, Tom and Jerry stuff. That all comes to mind. I love it. It's so much fun.
I love how they had that 60s modern look kind of during Boomerang, and I just wish they kind of kept that. That's just my biggest inspiration.
Yeah, I love that stuff. It's always been appealing to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like a lot of stuff from around the world too. Like I love stop motion.
Mhm.
There's some stuff I was going to show you guys, but we ran out of time. But there's some really, really good stuff from Hungary and Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia. Oh, it's just beautiful, beautiful films. It's gorgeous. Same thing, great design, great acting. I think it's all the puppets, you know.
So we got till 12.
To 12?